Hey guys, welcome back. Southern Beer Review coming at you again. John and William. We are at the Brock's Gap Brewery in Hoover, Alabama. The previous video was also filmed here, and we did the Going Gone American Blonde. And we thought while we were here, a bunch of dogs downstairs. It's a very dog-friendly place. Why bring you one video when we can bring you two, or who knows how many? So again, we are at Brock's Gap in Hoover, Alabama, right next to the Hoover Met, and I'm going to let John, I'm really excited about this style. I'm going to let John tell you about it.
This is the Derailed English IPA. So English IPAs are not that common anymore. From my understanding, and I've had a few in my time, but I'm going to expect something a little more balanced than the traditional American IPA, which is very hop forward. This should still be hoppy, but with a good, still malt balance to it. And the flavor should be a little bit more mellow in general. So I'm excited about that too, because I do think I've burned out a little bit on some of the traditional American IPAs where they just go nuts towards the hops and forget about balance. And I've learned to appreciate more balanced beer. So I'm excited to give this a try. It's been a while.
So that's your understanding. The English are responsible for IPAs, but in America, American breweries kind of took the IPA and just went to the extreme as far as the hoppiness is concerned.
Which sounds like an American thing to do.
Yeah,
Everything's bigger and better in America, right?
Yeah.
So they took the hops to the extreme. So this should be a little bit more mellow if they're following the traditional style, but we'll get a taste and see.
And while John's giving it a shot, we've mentioned this before, but the IPA, the India Pale Ale, the hops that were put into beer to, I guess, preserve the beer while the British ships were en route to
the English
India.
was who started. The English started that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sensing that a little bit with this taste.
That's really interesting. It's wow. So
if you just gave me this glass of beer and said, drink this, tell me what the style is, I would say pale ale. I probably wouldn't go IPA.
This doesn't happen much, but I'm just going to tell you what I tasted immediately. There were like 3 levels to that beer to me right off the bat. You got the hoppiness up front, and that may be because I just had a blonde. Mm-hmm. But then kind of the middle part was really smooth because it's not too hoppy.
Yeah.
And then I got kind of a roasted taste at the end.
Yeah, I get
on
the
the
roasted
back end.
taste at the end too.
So it's almost like 3 levels of that's in a good way. It's really good.
It's a lot more balanced than some of the IPAs. They did get that right. There's definitely a hop on the initial taste, but there's more of a malt on the finish.
Right. But it does drink more like a, what'd you say, like pale ale?
Pale ale, yeah.
So
I mean, I would think this was just a good American pale ale. So I guess if you're wanting to shorthand things, you could probably say that what we think of as American pale ale today is a lot more like an English IPA.
And it comes in at what, 6.5%?
Yeah, this is 6.5%, which is, it's high for us these days because William and I are old and we try to drink the low alcohol beers more, but it's really about average for an IPA.
Yeah, it's good. Again, great color. I've been impressed by the color. And on the nose, it's kind of hard to get this because the air is blowing in here, which is a good thing because it's so hot outside. I do get a little bit of the roastiness on the nose, but that's such a great aftertaste to me. Mm-hmm. Kind of the dark, not charcoal, but more like roasty pecan flavor.
Yeah, and on the nose, I noticed differences too. It's not an overpowering fruity smell. Sometimes you get IPAs that, and I'm not saying this is negative, sometimes you'll get an IPA that almost smells kind of funky, or an IPA that smells, some of my favorite IPAs smell sticky, like sweet, like candy.
Right.
I'm just getting kind of I don't know even how to describe that smell. I wish I had a better vocabulary to describe smells, but
I'm a fan of the style. Maybe. I don't have a lot to compare this to because I can't. I was telling John, I'm sure I've had an English IPA, but I can't remember. But I like the fact that it's not overwhelming and it doesn't just blow you out of the seat with a hop. And I mean, there's a time and place for that, I guess. I don't like them as much as I used to, but I like the balanced nature of it and how smooth it is for an IPA and for 6.5%.
If you could think of a good English IPA that you've had before, and leave it in the comments because I'm drawing a blank too. I know back in my earlier beer days, I would have some English IPAs because that's when American IPAs were just kind of starting out and they hadn't taken over yet.
Right.
And you to find a good IPA, it might be an English IPA, but I'm just kind of drawing a blank on what those might be.
Right.
But what are you thinking on? You ready to give this a rating or?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a good beer. I would drink it again. It's very smooth. I'm also enamored with a new style that I'm trying.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go a little bit higher than the last one I did here. I'm gonna go 7.5 on this one. I like it. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not blow you away kind of stuff, but I would have it again. It's very good, and
Solid.
I like the 3 levels I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty close with you. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 just on the way I enjoyed it, which it is enjoyable to me. But I'm gonna bump it to an 8 because it's a style that I think I want to try more of,
Right.
and I don't see the style much. So bonus points for doing a style that you don't see everywhere.
Yep.
English IPA,
Definitely.
8 for me.
Yep. So 7.75 total, and again, if you're in the Birmingham area, there are a lot of breweries to choose from. If you ever find yourself in Hoover, come on down, check it out. It's worth coming to. And another thing too, they have like 4 styles of IPA. They have a lot of choices from the light all the way to the dark. So come down
Yeah, you'll find something you like.
and support Hoover, Alabama.
Bar Scout Brewery. Y'all like
All
and
right.
subscribe.
See y'all soon.
See you
Thanks.
next time.